One of the practices that I used to do at the beginning of my career to learn user interface design was recreating the design of other designers. This technique actually helped me personally a lot at the beginning of my career. I learned a lot of new design styles and design techniques by repeating other designers' works and recreating them. And of course, also it was a good practice to learn a new design tool. I am doing this practice even now. It helps me to stay up to date and learn the new trends and still work on my skills, which is related to different design tools. So creating a specific effect within the Figma is helping me to get familiar more with the features of the Figma, which is going to be helpful later on when I'm working on a real project. However, if we are working on a real project and one of the tasks that we need to do is recreating a specific effect or a specific layout from someone else's design, then recreating those stuff is going to be very time consuming, especially when it comes to having a design within the design file in the Figma in an open layer style, that we can have access to every layers in our design and to be able to customize the stuff based on our needs. I used to use those reference images or the references of the user interface designs that we had in our mood board to collect the ideas and then create our own version of the user interface that we wanted to have at the end of the day for our project. But the next step was to recreating those effects, those layouts, and those design in an open layer way in the Figma design that we can customize it and we convert it to the real design. This happened to me a lot in different projects. One of the things I do at the beginning of the design phase is to create my mood board, which is going to be the inspiration for me later on when I'm working on the stylings and the detail of the user interface. But later I learned new ways that kind of made this job much easier for me, and I would like to share these ways with you in this video. So get sure to watch this video until the end if you want to know what are those ways. I'm going to show you different tools and different processes that will help you as well. Now, before I start the main part of this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done yet, and if you find this video helpful for you, like this video and share it with the other designers in your community. These are the ways that you can support me and this channel. Now, without further ado, let's get started. One of the great platforms to start your inspirational process is indeed Pinterest, where you can find a lot of stuff that you can use later on as a reference or in general inspirational assets. You can use Pinterest for different purposes. Doesn't matter what projects you are working on. You can find any type of asset that can be helpful, no matter if you are doing a motion graphic design, if you are doing branding design, or if you are doing photography, videography, or in our case, user interface design. In the search input box, I'm going to write down UI design. And then here from suggestion, maybe I just select the ideas and see what we can find here. I would like to choose one simple design, maybe this one. It's written here that it is Midjourney UI and UX design collection, if I'm not mistaken, or the board. I don't know if that means that this design is generated by Midjourney or not, but yeah, you can see the person who posted here and pin it in this board. I'm going to use this image to recreate exactly the same design within the Figma file. In the first approach, I'm going to use a Figma plugin that is going to do this for me. So I'm going to right click on this image, copy the image, and I'm going to save this image on my local computer, which later on I'm going to upload it in that plugin, which I'm going to show you. So let's switch to the Figma. There are multiple different plugins within the Figma that you can use in order to convert an image into open layer design. It's very up to you which one you want to use. Majority of them you gotta pay. However, some of them are going to provide you some starting credits which you can use to get familiar with the plugin and see if it's performing good or not. And today I'm going to show you one of the plugins that I found recently, and if you know the HTML2 design plugin, which is also very handy and helpful plugin, this plugin also has been developed by the same team. They've Riots, which are doing a very great job in terms of developing plugins for the Figma and the other tools actually. So let's open the, before I go further, I would like to switch to full screen that you can see everything better. Yeah, action menu here, I'm going to plugin section, plugin tab, and I would like to search for image to design plugin, which I have already this plugin in my list because I used it before. So I'm going to open it. My plugin is ready to be used because I already signed in. However, if you haven't done yet, you need to most probably sign in, and it's a very simple process. You can sign in with your Google account and it's not very challenging process. So when you have the plugin opened, you can click on browse here, and then you can select the image that you already downloaded in your local computer and yeah, upload it here. The rest, you will see this message. This is the image that we imported. And these are the things that it's asking us. So first of all, we would like to convert it to editable layers image, which as you can see here, it is telling us that we need to pay some credits. But as I told you, we have some starter credits, which will let us to experience using this tool. So I'm gonna click on import button here, and then it's gonna take some time. The plugin doesn't work so fast. I'm not sure what is happening in the background. Most probably some AI magic is converting what we uploaded as an image to maybe HTML or CSS or something, and then it converted to the Figma or another way, I'm not sure. But it took around 1 or 2 minutes to generate the result, which I'm going to show you. Here we are. We can close the plugin, and I'm gonna scroll back a little bit. As you can see, we have the design, at least the majority of the stuff that we had in our PNG reference and in our image reference here with the same layout, with the same style. For example, this card here was the one that you can see also in the image. Now I will upload the image directly next to it that you can compare. Let me bring it. So this was the reference image that we uploaded. And this is the design that we got at the end of the day, which is fairly good actually. It's giving us a very nice starting point that we can continue working on. And some of the stuff are not exactly as we have in the reference image, but don't forget that we don't want to repeat 100% what we have within the design, within the reference image in our design. We just want to get this stuff ready faster than manual work. For example, if I need such a card, take the card here. You can see this was the one that we had in the reference image, and on the right side we have the one which is coming from the plugin, and it's open layer, so I can change the stuff the way I want. Let's check if it's applying auto layout. Yes, we have the auto layout applied on every layout, every layer and every frame. This is also a good point. So we have something to start work on. The other approach is that we use Figma Make to recreate our design based on the reference image, which I'm going to show you very quickly. And then later on, we're going to use the HTML to design plugin to convert the thing that the Figma Make generated back to our design file as an open layer, which I'm going to try for the first time right now. So let's see how it's going to work. Before I open the Figma Make, what I would like to do is I would like to ask ChatGPT to explain or create more explicit description of what exactly is happening in this UI. So I'm going to copy this image, open my ChatGPT, and paste the image, the reference image here directly using the combination key Control V, which is a very easy thing. So we don't have to download and upload the image. I would like to ask ChatGPT to analyze this UI and give me a prompt that I can use in a Figma Make to recreate it. So this is my prompt, which is very simple. I asked the ChatGPT to check this UI design and give me a prompt that explains this UI in the best way. And I also said that I would like to use this prompt in the Figma Make to recreate this web page. Let's send our prompt. And here you see that the ChatGPT started to generate my master prompt, and it's using the JSON format. Is because recently I'm using ChatGPT in this way. I'm asking ChatGPT to generate all the master prompts that I need in the JSON format. I have two reasons for this. First is that it's give me more freedom to customize the stuff. I have more control on a specific part of the design. For example, here, if I want to change specific text or something, I know where to find it easily. But when I'm using the natural language, everything is much more difficult. The second thing is that sometime I would like to use this master prompt within a specific application that I'm creating using AI, for example, the vibe coding or something. Then in a JSON format, I can use it in a better way in my application that I'm developing. This is also very handy. But yeah, you feel free to use it in a different way. And I'm not sure actually the Figma Make is accepting this format, but if it doesn't, then we can get back here and change it to natural language. Let's copy our prompt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the image that I had and this prompt, and before I go again to Figma Make, I would like to open my Figma itself and show you something else. So I would like to replace this image here in the center with the one that I have here on the left side, which is a photo of myself. I would like to use the Nano Banana to adjust the design here, which is also a way to use the reference image and change the stuff that you would like to have, and then use that image as a reference and inspirational assets. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to boost the resolution because it's a little bit blurry right now. Okay, now it's better. Then I'm going to select the image, come to the action menu, and here click on edit the image. Click on the edit image, set the model on this one, and then attach the image from the local computer that you have. But before actually I attach this, I would like to use the recent menu. I'm going to pick up the prompt that I gave recently, like the last prompt, and now I'm going to attach the image. So everything is ready. Let's click on edit the image. Okay, unfortunately, I did not understand the things correctly, but I won't give up. I'm going to bring back my prompts one more time and attach the image, and maybe explain a little bit more. Hero section, I would like to write down more specification. Okay, great. This time it worked well, and that's very important. Do not give up so quickly. You need to maybe play around a little bit with your prompt, or sometimes even with the same prompt you get different results. So you can change the stuff easily in your design, not in your design, in your reference image, and then convert it to OpenLayer or whatsoever. This is also one thing I wanted to show you. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this image this time. Here, I'm going to copy it. And now go back to the Figma Make and paste it here. Okay, we have our design here. And copy and paste the prompt that we generated with ChatGPT. Hopefully it's gonna work with this JSON format. If it didn't, then yeah, we need to use another approach. Let's send a message. Okay, I see here that the Figma Make understood everything properly, so the JSON format worked well. Now I hope that the result is going to be also as close as possible to what we had in our reference image. I'm going to wait, and then I'm going to show you the result. So this is the result, and what Figma Make generated. It's not so close to what we had in our reference image, but it's not also so bad. This is something we can start to work with. The thing we can do here, of course, is to continue working on a specific part of this design by asking the Figma Make to change a specific part or do this change and that and whatsoever. Or what I'm going to do, I'm going to publish this. So I click on this publish button, and then here I'm going to again click on the publish. Now we have this URL for this prototype, or for this thing that the Figma Make generated. I'm going to copy this and get back to the Figma. Here in the Figma, I'm going to open HTML to design plugin from the action menu. So come to action menu, go to plugin tab, and here, because I'm using it so often, I have it here. Here in the import via URL, you can select the existing URL and then paste your own, which is coming from Figma Make. And there you can decide different specific setting, like what size of viewport you would like to have, the theme or the language, which is not important in this case. We're going to click on import. And the next step is going to ask that which kind of setting we would like to have when we are importing the design. Like, do you want to use the auto layout, for example? Yes. Do you want to create stylings and whatsoever? If we need it, yes, why not? Component also is a fun thing, so it's going to create different components and different variants if it's needed. But yeah, for now, let's continue. And let's close this plugin. And this is the result. And we have the things we made with the Figma Make right now in our design file in the open layer. So don't forget that this is a trick that you can use whenever you want to convert the things that the AI is generating to open layer design. So you can have it in your Figma file, and then you can continue working on it and change the stuff and go for another iteration. Yeah, it's not a perfect state. The colors are not exactly matching with what we had, but it's still a way that you can consider in your process. And at the end, I would like to introduce you the Google Stitch, which is also AI-powered tool for designing user interface, which is not a very powerful tool. I would say that you cannot really rely on it, but I would like to show you that how it's going to work in this case. So this is a Google Stitch. It's very similar to other design tools that are using AI. And actually, I had a video. I explained how this tool is working before Google acquired it. Actually, the name was Galileo, if I'm not mistaken. But now it's Stitch. The thing we can do here is we can upload our image here as inspiration and then write down our prompt and then see what's going to happen. I recommend you to stay on the experimental mode, because in the standard mode we cannot upload the reference image. However, in the standard mode we can import the design that is going to get generated into the Figma directly, which is a good thing. And I hope that soon the features that we have in the experimental mode within the normal mode as well. But for now, let's stay with this. I switch to web design, and then I'm going to upload the reference image here. So the image is here. I'm going to copy and paste the prompt we had, but the point here we need to consider is that the JSON format is not going to work here. So we need to convert that JSON format to a natural language. And then get back to the Google Stitch, paste the prompt here, and generate the design. And here we go. We have the result here. Again, it's not the most accurate thing, but still this is something that we can work based on. And yeah, for now we need to wait. Oh yeah, okay, now it is more sharp. We can do a bunch of stuff here. We can ask the AI to create more variants of this page, or we can edit the design within our chat. We can do this stuff. Other things we can do is we can have access to code actually. So it's basically generating the code and everything here. So we can reuse it. We can download this design, which is going to give you the JPG and the code. Plus there is this option here, which is going to help us to copy the whole design and paste it in the Figma in the open layer design, which is going to be very, very helpful for ideation phase to create a first draft. And that's it for this video. I showed you how we can use image to design and HTML to design plugins to bring the things that we have made within the AI or from the reference images that we found within the Pinterest into our design files in an open layer way, meaning that we have access to all the layers and we can customize our design and use that design for the foundation and as a first draft. We could also do that actually within the Figma itself using the first draft feature, which is not going to give even close result to what we had right now. At the end, one more time, don't forget to leave this video without subscribing to my channel if you haven't done yet. Like this video and share it with the other designers, anybody who you think that this video is going to be helpful for them as well. Let's do them together and see you in the next video.